Well, whoa, hot mic there, Slayton. Well, hello, everybody. I thought there might be an intro video, but there is no intro video. There's just what's happening, and there's me switching the camera over, and look at this. Not only do I have a co-caster, but I have a co-caster on video today. It is one of the all-time greats of Clash Royale, the King Killer himself, 2v2 God-tier player from Complexity Esports, then to Misfits, and now rocking the Team Liquid jersey. It's Razzer. What is up, dude? I'm so glad that you answered. You jumped in on the Twitter message, because now we get to have you here for a really, really fun day.
Yeah, I'm super happy to be here. To be honest, I always liked cast. I'm not gonna say I'm a good caster, but I'm good at offering a pro's point of view, basically. So I'm excited to finally show that off, I guess.
Can you offer a point of view how to get my hair to look proper on camera? I thought I had it all set, and then now it's all goofy.
Mine's probably not that great either, so I don't know if you want my tips for that.
Team Bad Hair here for the North American / Central American Finals in the QuesoCup. 6 players in, only 3 will advance to the World Final, and we are here in the English broadcast. There is a broadcast on Espanol, which should be linked in the description below if you're on YouTube. If you're on Twitch, I don't know, just go look up Revel Amar, or just go browse Clash Royale. You can find it in Spanish. What's happening today? Well, it's Clash Royale. What is this? The QuesoCup, $32,000, $32.5K on the line. We're down to the top 6 for each region. Let's take a look at our bracket for the day. Link maybe in the description. I don't know if I updated it. Here we go. And you can see 2 of our players, our top 2 rated players. Hasiel, who's taken the region by storm, only losing 1 match the entire way through, and also one of the best friends of my co-caster Razzer, Airsurfer. Both have got that first round bye, but we're kicking things off today with Boss versus Bag, Pompeyo versus Magma, and then they will go on and try to fight up against these round 2 guys. I'm going to go ahead and guess here, Razzer, that you're going to pick Airsurfer as one of our 3 to move on to the World Finals.
I would pick him for sure. Me and Airsurfer are pretty close. I do analysis work for him every once in a while, so I think he'll be doing very well. And yeah, he is one of my picks.
Oh, I guess we're going right into the gameplay.
Right
no
into
more
the game.
waiting, folks. Let's go ahead and get it done. Let me turn up the game sound a little bit here for you guys watching at home. Bag versus Boss. Frost Dust coming in with the Tier 1 sub on Twitch 4 months in a row. Thank you so much, Frost Dust. Certainly do appreciate it. And those of you watching on the YouTube, welcome to this one. We're opening up with the American versus American 2. Very popular American players. Bag on one side, Boss on the other, and running Royal Hogs right into a Mega Knight. Never a fun job.
Mega Knight and Balloon, and so are we going to see a Mortar? Yeah. This might be a little tricky for Boss, I think, here. I think he's going to have some trouble.
Oh, that snowball, almost with a nice prediction there. Doesn't matter. Mega Knight takes the Musketeer off the board. That's going to be tower down on the left-hand side. And a good game already called by Boss. By the way, why is it in Spanish? Because this is being produced by Queso. So the app hosting this one is set to Spanish, Razzer. And I don't know how good your Spanish is, but I have learned good game and well played.
My Spanish is actually pretty good. I took 4 years of it and lived with Adrian, one of the best Mexican players, so it's all right, to be honest.
So here we go. Oh, yeah, 90 seconds left. And is there anything that Boss can do to get back in, running Royal Hogs against Mega Knight?
The only chance is to, stack up multiple cannon carts and, honestly, Bag making a mistake. I think Bag just needs to sit back and hold his Mega Knight for Royal Hogs, and there's not really much Boss can do.
Not much. Just going to hang on. That's a rough start to the open. And Musketeer, maybe he would love to have that Muskie back.
Yeah. I wonder if he's trying to activate King Tower with the Musketeer, because he could put it closer to King Tower and have the Mega Knight jump on it. But yeah, it just didn't seem like he had much. And even in this matchup, if he was able to defend, I don't think he'd be able to defend for much longer without, and he wouldn't be able to do much damage, Boss, because I don't know, Mega Knight's pretty good versus Royal Hogs, and he's got enough answers for the cannon cart. So it was just a rough matchup in general, but yeah, unfortunate start for sure.
Yeah, never fun. But of course, no one's out immediately. This is double elimination. Some fancy rules here in this double elim tournament, by the way, and we'll be talking about them as they come up. But if you guys know those super finals that we have in double elimination, well, we have a bunch of super matches here where essentially because it's a 6-person double elimination bracket, often the upper bracket person gets an extra life. And we'll talk about that as it arises. And that's the good game, GG's Bag taking game number 1 over what you might describe as a rival of his in the American scene, Razor.
Yeah, you could probably describe them as rivals. They're both very good American players who've probably played against each other quite a few times in tournaments because they always seem to do pretty well. So,
honestly, Boss is my favorite, says Matthew Cadden in the YouTube chat. And I do think that is one thing. I think that when you talk about rivalries here between Boss and Bag, one of the things about that is I think that they probably compete for a lot of the same fan base. Is maybe a good way to put it, right? I think a lot of people who like Boss, like Bag, or kind of pick one of those two.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. They both do well on ladder as well. They're both big ladder players in America, so I'm guessing they do share some of the same fan base. I know Boss streams more than Bag, so he probably has a little bit bigger of a support, but I'm guessing they do share a decent amount.
Yeah, and taking a look at the Twitch chat for a second, Yuso saying, okay guys, here we go again, trying to behave so don't get ignored. Yep, be on your good behavior today, Twitch. You guys keep it together here. Over on to the YouTube side, let's go jump into game number 2, Bag with the advantage. Matthew Cadden saying Boss makes good YouTube videos as well with good explanation. There you go. The Juicy One says Bag and Boss competing for best in America. I don't know if either of those two are really in that conversation of best in America. I mean, I think there's one player in this, one American player in this group who's very clearly, I would put as above both of those two.
Mm-hmm. I know who I would pick for best in America right now for sure. I think Airsurfer is pretty undeniable.
Ooh, Juso saying sunglasses for Razor on the Twitch chat. We were actually just before the stream talking about what he wears when he plays Ultimate Frisbee, and I'm trying to convince him to get on the gooder train.
Yeah, maybe. It looks like we're going to have Graveyard versus Ram Rider on the bottom. Ram Rider on the bottom, Graveyard on the top. Try to throw out some guesses.
Graveyard with Bomber? That's an interesting piece in Graveyard.
Mm-hmm. It's just because Ice Wizard got nerfed and it can die to Fireball. It's not really that good anymore. And Bomber's pretty good because it's really cheap now. And, I mean, it still does quite a bit of damage. And it's good against the pigs from Mother Witch.
Well, there you go. Nice little... Wow, I didn't realize... I don't think I've ever seen a Mother Witch pig native to King Tower or, thought about it. But that pig has absolutely no mass. That thing flew to the tower.
Yeah. I'm not sure... I haven't really tested that much, but if one comes down the lane, I think you can activate it from just one. But I'm not positive on that.
P.E.K.K.A making its slow walk across the middle. There's some delays here. This is part of the challenges of remote production, guys, as I'm getting this feed all the way from Spain, which I don't know if you know that. It's far away from me in California.
Bandit sneaking in there for kind of a lot of damage.
1963 to 22-18. Bandit does get away, and that is, as Razor said, quite a lot as we go into the final 55 seconds of regulation time. 17:38 on that left-hand tower. Fix Ferris on Twitch asking, can Razor give inside stats which deck every match is have matchup? I think he's asking you to kind of basically tell us what you think the matchups are.
For this one, I would honestly, I think it's kind of, usually Graveyard has a better matchup against P.E.K.K.A, but I'm not sure if I like Tombstone here because it gives Mother Witch free hogs, and it's not very good against Ram Rider. Tombstone is not very good against Ram Rider, so I would low-key say Boss has a better matchup just because he has Poison for the Graveyard, and Baby Dragon and Mother Witch are all really good against Graveyard. And yeah, Bag doesn't have a log to reset the Ram Rider charge. All he has is Tombstone and Fireball. And you really don't want to Fireball Ram Riders that much because that's, I mean, technically it's a positive trade, but Fireball's not killing it. So it's usually a negative trade. And yeah, Ram Rider one hits Tombstones and then kills the skeleton. So...
Hold on, guys.
I would say Boss.
I'm trying to fix the clean feed here. I lost the clean feed. Going and trying to reload it at the moment. as soon as I get that clean feedback, we will have it up for you guys. But it is being a little bit funky here. Is my mic different? I think I'm using the same. Let me just, hold on. Let me try something real quickly. Just double check. Oh, yeah. There we go. There's the good mic. Is that better, everybody? I didn't realize that I had the mic set to the wrong mic settings. Guys, everything is going crazy today. Let's see. Okay. I lost the clean feed here.
Do you want me to try to cast it? I can still see it.
Yeah, you can still see it. I'm just trying to get for some reason, my my iPad is saying that it doesn't. I have full Wi-Fi here. Hold on, folks. Trying to make this thing work.
It's in triple elixir. Bag is going in for graveyards, and boss set up a P.E.K.K.A push. Bag is actually doing kind of a lot of damage, and it's fairly even on HP right now. And he's trying to stack up baby dragons, but yeah, it's pretty even right now, and Bag actually might come out with it, to be honest.
Here we go. We've got the feedback. Sorry about the little technical difficulties, and it's going to be a little bit lower resolution here for the moment. I'm going to leave it on automatic. So it's not always going to be 1080, unfortunately, folks. But with 15 seconds left, we are back in. And this is actually wildly close here.
This is very close. Ooh, and he had to use poison on defense. I think it's over now. So I think all he has to do is fireball, and he can easily stop this.
And there you go. That's it.
Ooh, Tombstone? Yeah, that's it.
Ram Rider almost got there, but note, Bag gets the first one done, 2-0.
Yeah.
G to the
and
G,
triple, that is a little trickier in triple for boss, for sure. But usually, I think he could have been able to pressure a little harder in double and single and come away with that. But it is a pretty close matchup.
GG's for Bag here, and let's go ahead and pop back out and take a look at myself and my co-caster, Airsurfer in the building. Sorry, Razor in the building. I don't know why brain didn't talk about Airsurfer earlier. Razor in the building. I was in my brain. I was thinking about the great 2v2 combos, and while they weren't one of the greatest combos, the best named combo of all time, I have to say Fire Surfer was the best named combo, Razor, of all the time when we talk about those 2v2 groups.
That was a pretty good combination.
How do we never get a Colton Razor combination name? They never actually figured it out.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, greatest of all time maybe would be a good name for it, but I don't know. It's hard to say.
Pretty fire.
RF and ACU definitely are in contention for that, but just throwing out a name.
Yeah, greatest of all time, not too bad. The King Killer himself here as well. And as long as we're waiting for our next matchup to get going, Razor, I want to kind of take you back. I'll take you on a journey, a memory lane journey here, Razor. And
sure.
I'd like to talk about those first couple of weeks that you had in CRL, where you came out. I think what was it 11-0, 13-0, 12-0. Wow, right there in the middle, yes. 12-0 on your first chunk of games. Did you even expect? Because it wasn't just the 2v2, which you guys had prepared like crazy, but it was two back-to-back King of the Hill sweeps, if I remember correctly.
Yes, correct. Against Tribe and then Cloud9.
Oh, and you're. I mean, that's a run through, right? You're taking out B-Rad, taking out C. McHugh, taking out a bunch of big names. Did you expect that? Were you taken aback by it? Tell me about that time in your life, Raz.
Sure, I'll tell you about this time in my life. I don't know. I wouldn't say I was expecting it. I would just say I was there and I was just wanting to have fun, and I just went out there and played the game. Like, I feel like you always do better when you're just enjoying yourself, and I sit down and play the game, and I don't know, it just happened basically. I wasn't really expecting to do great. I just was well prepared and was gonna play what I was gonna play, and yeah, it turned out pretty well.
And talking about being prepared to play the game, Pompeyo all ready to rock here against Magma. And Pompeyo,
I think Magma's playing Pompeyo deck.
Yeah, it's always fun.
Yes. Or Lava, but ooh, it might be Lava actually. Lava versus Sparky.
Arrows in with 2 minutes and 5 seconds for 3 remaining, and that's a pretty early rage there out of Pompeyo, but does get the Goblin Giant all the way on tower, and that's a shredded tower on the right-hand side. But what does Pompeyo have now? Dark Prince, he's going to end up pretty far behind on Elixir here.
Yeah.
And a brilliant miner there to turn all that around. And Pompeyo having to sell out on defense here, going to come out without giving too much damage. I mean, where would you rather be right now? I guess 873 is pretty far down, but you're Pompeyo. You don't have any direct tower damage. You're up against lava, and you're down now by about 5 elixir.
It's difficult. I mean, it depends if we're gonna see a loon. The loon makes it a little harder, and I don't know if Pompeyo can defend this all that well, but we'll see.
And here goes the balloon behind with a minute 13, 12, 11, 10 remaining. Rage on defense here. Pompeyo trying to get creative with some of these defensive plays. Arrows down on the offensive side. Dark Prince does connect, and so we're going to see a bit of a tower down. Not quite a tower trade, although that miner comes in with a little more damage, but this is actually rough now for Magma, who has to find his way on tower on that right-hand side and not give up a huge opportunity in the positive lane on the left as we go 45 seconds remaining here in regulation time.
Yeah, we're going to have push. I think Pompeyo is able to hold this out. The problem with Magma's deck is he doesn't have a big spell to kill the E-Wizard and Mega Minion. So Mega Minion and E-Wizard are just gonna go to town on his lava, and then he has to defend this Sparky push, which he doesn't have much ground troops to do that with. So
a lot of those go down immediately. Look at that shredding on the left-hand tower. So
yeah, and the lava's gonna die to the Mega Minion.
Baby Dragon down with Inferno Dragon in front. The balloon getting taken care of high by the E-Wiz. But Miner in, our arrows in, and that balloon's close enough. That's a GG. That's a well played. And it's going to be, oh no, never mind.
Ooh, he got it. Yeah, he got it.
And the Inferno Dragon
down here. This is kind of scary.
And now the pressure all in here from Magma on the left-hand side. Miner in, E-Wiz high. Miner does not go to the E-Wiz, but the zap comes into work. Spear Goblins in the left-hand lane. Balloon trying to get there. Does the balloon touch? It does not.
Ooh,
240 left.
That was really close. I thought that balloon might be able to get that shot, but the Electro is stunned, stopped it.
Do you Goblin Giant in the pocket here, or are
no,
the Barbs too dangerous?
Barbs will eat it up. Barbs will eat it up. He can't do that. He needs to go with the Dark Prince. Ooh, it's good.
And the Raging Goblin Giant gets the connection, 94 HP remaining.
I think Pompeyo Zap Cycle? Or he needs to keep pressuring, to be honest. If he doesn't keep pressuring, it could be kind of scary.
Sets up with the Mega Minion low. Final minute, triple elixir flowing. Barbs early. Is this Goblin Giant time?
I wouldn't say yet. I think wait for the Dark Prince to clean it up and then go in.
And Goblin Giant makes a big run for the tower. GG, well played. Pompeyo taking game number 1. What a fascinating matchup. And, you know, the one thing I want to focus on here, Raz, because this was really interesting, was the varied way that Pompeyo played those rage spells, right? You think of this deck so much, you think rage pretty much only being played once everything's across the bridge, but he played it high, often with the Sparky really far behind. Used it mostly for the Goblin Giant, less for the Sparky, and then one fairly effective defensive rage as well.
Yeah, I mean, something I learned kind of playing 2v2 is like rage, even on defense, can be really effective, especially because Magma didn't have any big spell to be able to kill the E-Wiz and Mega Man. So if you rage those, like they'll just hit super fast and shred the lava and the balloon. Like on that one defense there, like he defended against Lava Loon and Miner just with the raged E-Wiz and Mega Minion.
And that's
it did a lot of work.
Well, that's one thing that you guys encountered, especially playing against the East, was that while Lumberjack was more popular in CRL West, that 2v2 Rage was way more popular in the Eastern regions.
And Rage is so big that you can, a lot of times Pompeyo is using it both on the offense and the defense. So you would use it kind of high and get the Goblin Giant running real fast, and he would also get his troops behind it defending. So like you can use that kind of tactically to get all the troops. And yeah, and also Rage, even if they run out of the Rage, they're still kind of raged. So like the Goblin Giant was almost always raged, and the defensive troops. So it was just really well played by Pompeyo.
So here we go into game number 2. Pompeyo having the advantage. Firecracker sets up on the left-hand side. This is dual mode for those of you following along at home, meaning that you cannot run the same cards more than once in a match. So Pompeyo here switching to what looks like a variation of Hog Cycle.
Hog versus probably P.E.K.K.A. or Mega Knight, or maybe just a classic bridge spam.
I think we were seeing this run with Ram Rider when you and I were watching LATAM earlier.
Mm-hmm. This definitely could be Ram Rider. Maybe P.E.K.K.A Ram Rider?
Looking at the YouTube chat here for a second. The NA region is missing B-Rad and Sir Tag. Well, both of them focus on content creation, and
Yeah.
for a wide variety of fairly smart reasons. Guys, I do notice that the resolution is dropping a little bit. I had it set to 1080 locked beforehand, and that's what caused us to lose the feed at one point. So I'm going to leave it on auto. Once the service levels out a bit, it'll go back to 1080. But right now, as you can see, it's dropping down a little bit to protect the stability of the stream. So my apologies on the occasional blurriness here and there. But I want to make sure you get the gameplay, even if it does look like 1995.
I think I'm going to say this is a pretty good matchup for Pompeyo here. I think the Tesla, Magma has no real way to kill the Tesla, and just log and Ice Spirit to reset the Ram Rider is so strong, and he's just probably going to Earthquake Cycle Magma to win, basically. He needs to be careful about letting him stack up Mother Witches. He doesn't have a great counter to Mother Witch, but yeah, Pompeyo definitely looks pretty strong in this matchup, I would say.
Pretty even an Elixir. You do have that 7 on the board there, and the big armored Mama P.E.K.K.A on that left-hand lane as the Firecracker goes for a long walk nowhere. Pressure on the right-hand side now from Pompeyo. This is a lot to deal with right now here.
This is kind of a lot to deal with, but I mean the Firecracker is going to help out, and he's going to drop another Tesla here, and I think he might. Hey, like you can just defend against the P.E.K.K.A push so cheap. He is down a lot of Elixir, so he does need to be careful, but he just needs to set up a Tesla and play defensively. Honestly, I didn't like how he pressured the right. I think he just needs to kind of shore up his defense and then Earthquake Cycle him. That is nice that Tesla is going to snipe that Mother Witch, though.
More pressure here at the bridge. Magma trying to load up. Not finding a way to break through with 1:45 left in sudden death overtime. But the Dark Prince does escape, and that is a huge, potentially game-changing moment. Down under 2,000, the lead does swing now towards Magma.
That is scary, but yeah, I think he's going to get a hog hit here, yep. And yeah, the thing is, yeah, I think in triple, Pompeyo can defend really easily because he just has so many cheap things that he can just keep cycling. And it's hard for a P.E.K.K.A to get through.
And there goes the EQ cycle on the right-hand side. Down to under 1500 HP.
He definitely has to be careful about, yeah, Mother Witches and Bandits, because Bandits can sneak through somehow. They like to just focus on the tower and wreak havoc.
Well, guys, once this round is over, I'm going to try to reforce this back over to 1080. So I would like
the Bandit.
Oh, my word.
And the P.E.K.K.A. Oh my, this might be over.
What in the world? I look away at the settings for a second and Pompeyo loses control.
Yikes. Yeah, I think he went a little too aggressive with the hog. I think he just got down too much Elixir. I think if he just spammed Teslas on defense and he would have been fine, but yeah, a little too much aggression and he got overwhelmed.
Let's see. Let me go ahead and work on the resolution of the feed here, guys. Again, we are working with the wonderful varieties that come with doing come with doing mobile production. But I am now going to force it back to 1080, and we'll see if it will stick that way, or if it gets messed up again. So I'll keep you guys posted as soon as I know what's going on. Well, I do see Revel on there, so Razor, when we get there, we'll talk about it some more. People saying Morton's voice changed a bit. Yeah, no, everything about Morton apparently changed a bit here with our new co-caster.
I'm a little different than Morton. I do come from German ancestors, though, so
okay,
kind of similar.
There you go. Germany by way of the Midwest, now in Iowa, is Razor. 720 isn't horrible. I'm pushing 1080 right now, guys, so hopefully we'll be stable. I am not in Texas, where I have the best internet that I've ever had in my life. I am in the hills of Northern California, And luckily, we have pretty good internet, but I'm sharing it with lots of people. So fingers crossed, I'll see what happens. Let's see. Someone with lots of characters that I can't read because it's they are in another language asks at Razor, what do you find to be your favorite achievement in Clash Royale?
My favorite achievement in Clash Royale. I don't know. I think season 1 just of CRL of how it wasn't really like an achievement because we got second. I mean, that's still an achievement, but like just the way I played and nobody really knew who I was. I'm just always super proud of that moment because everyone underestimated me, but I did really very, very, very well. So that's probably my proudest moment in Clash Royale, is just doing really well when nobody knew who I was and nobody expected it of me.
How did they find you? You weren't a Combine player.
I wasn't. I was on Nova, and I played at Texas tournament, South by Southwest, and I did very well there. There's like a King of the Hill thing with like Immortals was there, some Queso was there, other teams were there, and I think I got a sweep, and I like cleaned up in King of the Hill, so I just did really well, and I was friends with Colton and Adrian after that, and they were the first ones on Complexity, and they basically just asked me, hey, you want to join us? And I did.
And then, of course, you and Colton quite famously went to the training center in Dallas, Texas to... that's not me, guys. That's the clean feed. Their app crashed. So those of you are like, hey, why are we seeing a bunch of apps in Spanish? That is because the game crashed on the clean feed device. And you can see, there you go. There's Revel laughing about their game crashing. Someone get Queso a new iPad. What is going on with Queso's Team Queso? Don't you have like 1,000 iPads? Get a better iPad, Queso. All right, let's go back and jump into the game. Who am I talking about? My thing's been freezing this whole time.
What time are you at? Just curious.
51 seconds, 50 seconds, 49, 48, 47, 46.
Got it.
There we go.
Now we're in sync together.
Priestley saying his name is spelled, I don't know who you're talking about. But there you go. What are your top 3 decks, Razor, for a BO3?
Right now?
Right now. If
Or
you had
all
to jump in,
time?
and if for the next round, Airsurfer tagged you out and said, Razor, you got to go play my my duel match. What are you coming in with?
Probably Hog Rider. I've been playing that a little bit. Then probably, I don't know, maybe RG. RG's been pretty good, and I've been playing that a decent amount. And then I'd say probably P.E.K.K.A. Ram Rider are the 3 I would go with, just because those are what I've played the best in the past. And yeah, those are pretty good in the meta right now.
Someone on Twitch saying, streaming on Twitch then doesn't reply. Well, sometimes I don't because I'm doing multiple things at once. Wistful Storm 513. I'm casting an event, troubleshooting an event, streaming on 2 different locations, wearing dope sunglasses, and also planning out my my next move for world domination all at the same time. So I'm sorry I did not reply to you quickly enough. Wistful Storm 513. What's my favorite card? It's the Ice Golem. Always has been, always will be. Every other card is inferior and stupid compared to
That's
the
an interesting
beautiful Ice
choice.
Golem. Oh, it's just such a cool card, man. He's so nice.
I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying that's probably 99.9% of people probably don't choose that as their favorite card, if I had to guess.
Yeah, well, they're all wrong. Fireball goes onto the flying machine. A lot of damage.
That's a lot.
What's your favorite card, Razor?
I don't know. I think Ice Wizard has always been one of my favorites, just because it's such a unique ability, and yeah, I liked him in a lot of decks.
We both went Ice. Those
We
2
did both
cards
went Ice.
have some synergy together in many famous decks.
True. Yeah, original Ice Bow had both.
Boy. Well, that's a lot. That's a lot in there. Piggy's down. Fireball gets all 3 zappies, plus some cage action.
This counter push could be a little scary, though. We'll see.
Flying machine. And those recruits do get in front of the Mother Witch. That's really big here for Pompeyo, who's up, but not by much. And this Poison Log might be able to take a lead back here. Piggies do snout a bit, and just like that, Magma with the lead. with just 12 seconds left. Fireball in, trying to get some piggies to escape. 939 to 959. Piggies do get on
I think
tower.
he's got it.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. That's a whole lot of damage. Oh, boy, Magma.
And
not
on the
able
right
to
side.
get it done. G to the G, woe to the plate. Pompeyo puts more on the right-hand side, as Razor says. And Magma not out, but certainly down. Has given up a whole bunch of extra lives, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Victory for one of the all-time ladder greats.
For sure. Yeah, the main thing different in the matchup, I think, was just the Fireball and the Mother Witch. Because Magma had Poison, which isn't great versus Mother Witch and Flying Machine. Because, especially against Mother Witch, it just spawns the hogs and runs out of the Poison. So Poison doesn't really do much. You kind of need that Fireball.
Am I right in saying that Magma's known as a lava player, if I remember correctly?
I think he plays lava. I've always kind of known him as... I thought he played a lot of bridge spam, to be honest. And he kind of plays a lot of things. I think he does play a lot of lava. I'm not the best known... I don't know Magma the best, but yeah, lava, I think he does quite a lot. But I always kind of known him as like a bridge spam kind of player, I thought.
Hey,
I could be very wrong, but...
AC in the YouTube chat saying, Razor, holy.
Holy...
Let's take a look
Oh.
at the current results here. And yeah, if I have a mod over on Twitch, go ahead and make predictions. Make some prediction things. But Bag will move on to face Hasiel in the next round. That's going to be a tough out for Bag because Hasiel's on fire. And Airsurfer Pompeyo, that's a pretty classic Clash Royale matchup there.
That is a pretty classic Clash Royale. They've both been playing for a really long time. They've both been really good for a long time. So should be an exciting one.
So let's put this, if we're ranking not like who's the best right now, but if let's start with your friend Airsurfer and then we'll move on to Pompeyo. Where do you put Airsurfer at his peak in the all-time best Expo players?
In the all-time best Expo
Like if
players.
there's an Expo Hall
peak?
of Fame, where does Airsurfer rank in that Expo Hall of Fame?
I would... Are we talking about ISPO included or just original Archers Expo?
That's a hard.
Because if we're saying all time, Carnage is almost without a doubt probably the best overall Expo player. I would say just because back then he was so dominant with Expo, and then Michifu's pretty solid. I would put Airsurfer probably third behind Michifu and Carnage. I would say.
And that's for a minute you looked at Pain Gaming, and we were wondering when they would turn into being an Expo machine, and never did quite translate to success in CRL. But you put him up there. Okay, so let's go move on to the other side. Pompeyo. Where do you put Pompeyo in the history of Loon players?
In the history of Loon players, honestly, I don't know any other Loon player that's as good as Pompeyo. I don't think.
Fair enough.
He's almost all of his finishes, if not like all of them, were with Loon. Like, I don't think there's another person that you can put up there with him.
And
so it's just no argument, in my opinion. Pompeyo number one.
Pompeyo number one, all-time Loon player. Taking a look at the YouTube chat here, AC mixing in saying, "When Michi Carnage, what a trio." Yeah,
that is. Yeah, Wen was also really good.
Talking about Expo. Yeah, if they could play Expo for defense on boat battles, you'd never take a boat down. But other than that, right now, a lot of people saying best NA is currently the best.
Best
Expo player
NA
in the world.
is probably the current best, but back in the day, Airsurfer only played Expo, and you can see how good he is with all decks right now. When he only played Expo, it was incredible.
Let's go take a look at the Twitch channel for a moment. And Torjubel asking, why is the channel so underrated? Because we're on both YouTube and Twitch, and we are live in the app on YouTube. So shout out to all of you who came from the Clash Royale app watching on YouTube. But we are going to both YouTube and Twitch, so pick your poison, folks. Which chat do you want to be in? Do you want to be in the Twitch chat where everyone believes they know what they're talking about, or the YouTube chat where everyone is absolutely sure they know what they're talking about? Which one do you want to go for? It's up to you. Pick your poison, folks. 916 on the left-hand side.
This Mother Witch did a lot.
Whole lot of damage.
And that's a lot of elixir lead for Bag, and those elite barbarians are just going to take the tower, I think. Oh, Matthews.
So pretty big lead here for Bag in this one.
It's huge lead. Yeah, he's got so much damage on the one side, and he's got tower down. Oh, Hasiel just giving up, I think.
Yeah, Hasiel also waved the white flag here. No coming back at this point. I've seen this a few times. This is a weird minor deck that some people.
It's a very classic deck. I remember this in like 2018 when Ghost basically like first came out. I think people were playing this, and Spear Goblin Hunt was really good. It's a very classic old deck, and I'm not sure if it's that good right now. And apparently, yeah, it did very poorly in this matchup, but yeah.
Wow, burn
Goblin
the
Hut
chats, says Mud Mixer. Yeah, of course I burn the chats. We
sizzle.
We sizzle here, chats. Facebook
Yeah,
chat.
Goblin Hunt right now is a little risky in my opinion because of Mother Witch is just so strong and can just turn the Spirit Goblins into free hogs. So
and because it's
happen.
Okay. Let's start here. There are a lot of cards that people would get rid of the game, right? If we had the ability to vault cards or just completely yeet cards from the game, what people would do. I'll tell you, my pick is a bit unorthodox. While I would love to get all of the major spawners out of the game, very specifically, even though it's not important, does not impact the game right now at all, I would bury Barb Hut. I would nerf it so it costs 15 elixir and spits out 1 barb every 20 minutes. I would totally yeet Barb Hut from the game entirely.
That is an interesting choice. I mean, Barb Hut, especially, I feel like now it's not good, but back when it was strong, it was one of the most annoying cards to play against, for sure. So I can respect that pick.
Yeah, no, Barb Hut is definitely one of those ones where when Barb Hut is good, there is no card, in my opinion, that is worse for the game when it's good than Barb Hut, in my opinion.
I don't know, Recruits. When Recruits first came out and were 6 elixir, and they were way stronger than they are now, I think that was, like, they just had, like, a crazy win rate. They had, like, a 70% win rate, which was unheard of. And, like, people were playing them against each other, so, like, yeah.
Yeah, that version of Recruits was brutal.
Yeah, Recruits, when they were 6 elixir when they first came out, absolutely broken.
But Recruits has the ability to be viable and not ruin the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but... Yeah, true. They do have... But, like, still, Recruits can just be so oppressive.
Yeah, that's very true. But Barb Hut cannot be viable and not be the worst thing in the universe, in my opinion. The Barb Hut meta was the most boring thing. There's very few times when I've, like, as a caster, I've been like, please make this stop. And the Barb Hut meta, like, I was like, can I pay you guys not to cast these matches? Because I'm so tired of Barb Hut.
When Barb Hut and Recruits were paired together... Oof.
Well, speaking of win cons that have some pretty nasty pairings, the NATO Electro Giant combination, which people are saying Electro Giant needs to be on the rework table sometime here soon. And you're talking about this one, no real damage here as we go past the first minute 40 seconds, so no significant advantage one way or the other.
Bag just has to not let Hasiel get a free King Tower activation. E-Wiz is really easy to activate, and the Goblin Brawler can turn into really easy King Tower activations, which would just be devastating for Bag, because Graveyard, if the King Tower is active, you're not going to do like any damage.
Graveyard is in on the right-hand side, and that's going to be a bit of a damage lead there, but does allow one poorly controlled Dark Prince to sneak on through. And now, why is Hasiel setting up the Electro Giant in the right corner here rather than behind King Tower?
You can kind of get it. It's a little further right, and you can sometimes get a troop in there to push it towards tower. It's not a big thing. I know in Golem mirror matches, it's a big thing to put your Golem in the corner, because when the Golems walk past each other, and if they don't put theirs in the corner, yours goes to the outside of the tower, and you can't NATO it to the King Tower. So I know that's a big thing, and so a lot of times, yeah, you're putting it on the outside, and if you're putting it on the outside there versus Graveyard, if Bag Graveyards, a lot of the skeletons will go to the Electro Giant instead of the tower. Because most of them spawn on that side, so the skeletons will hit the Electro Giant and just disappear instead of hitting the tower. So it's a little safer to put it over there.
So reasons on both sides of the board why to put that Electro Giant on the outside. And both sides of the board right now, you see a little bit of a lead advantage now going with the Fireball in, and that's some solid Fireball value there for Bag as we go into the final 90.
For sure. Yeah, this is looking pretty good for Bag, but in triple, Electro Giant can be pretty scary. So it looks like Bag's trying to just end the game right now and just go in.
Yeah, loading up very, very heavy. NATO pulls all that to the middle. Dark Prince trying to clean up a bit. But that's a tanked for Graveyard with a very healthy Mega Knight. Don't have any idea, and Hasiel knows it's over. GG, well played. Bag suddenly slicing through this bracket.
Yeah, that was really well played. That matchup can be probably a little tricky for him. If they get a King Tower activation, it's really hard. And I don't know, Night Witch versus Electro Giant usually doesn't do that well because the bats just instantly die. But Bag played that pretty well.
Very nicely done for Bag. Gotta be feeling good about that one. And right now on a pretty good run. Let me go ahead and pop back out here. I'm still trying. Stream Deck still broken, by the way, guys. If anyone knows anyone at Stream Deck who can figure out how to make Stream Deck chat messages go through, go ahead and do it. But if you like this content, if you enjoy competitive Clash Royale, if you like hanging out with Razzer, this way. If you like hanging out with Razzer, if you like my sunglasses, if you like hating me, subscribe to the channel because all those things are available right here on youtube.com/RichSlayton, the most fun place for Clash Royale esports. I don't know if I'll call it the best because there is the official Clash Royale esports page, which is very well produced, but this is a place for Clash Royale esports. How about that one? That's accurate to say.
That is accurate to say.
So let's take a look at the bracket here. And we're going to see Bag has taken a big step forward. Bag needs one more match win to guarantee himself a space in the top 3 and advancing on to the next round. So we'll see if he can make that happen, but he is still in the winner's bracket, which ain't too bad there. Hasiel does fall back down against Magma. Now, here's the important rule here. Magma, because Hasiel had the upper bracket advantage, I believe, not entirely sure, but I believe, wait, Bag's already in Worlds?
Wait, Bag's auto-qualified, yeah. I was about to say that. I was making sure, but yeah, it's top 3, because if he loses, he goes to the semifinals of the lower bracket, and there'd be 2 in the semifinals of the lower bracket, and 1 in the upper bracket, that's 3. So he's auto-qualified now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's top 3.
Whoa.
Because if he loses, yeah, he goes down, and there's only 2 down there.
I'm just going to confirm this with League Ops.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Qualified. That's fast.
Yeah.
That's good for him. And then now, and Magma needs to beat. Hold on, I'm just checking some things here.
Magma needs 2 wins for it.
Checking things before I say these out loud because obviously I don't know things. Because the format for this is a little bit strange. But yep, ×2. Okay, so Bag is qualified. Congrats, Bag, on going to the QuesoCup Worlds. You might win $32,000 or like a piece of $32,000, whatever it might be. And also, Magma will have to beat Hasiel twice because of the winner's bracket advantage. So here we go. Airsurfer and Pompeyo, both. We got an Airsurfer on camera. Let's go.
Whew. Man. Looks like Royal Hogs versus Lava Loon.
Bag has secured 3rd place and a berth in World Finals, so this is also to secure at least 3rd place and a berth in World Finals. And then we'll go down to the lower bracket and see a whole bunch of fighting back and forth. Do like only stream in English. I only stream in English because I don't speak any other languages very well. Those shades are very appropriate for this cup. Thank you, Ricardo Rivera. I always try to make my shades as appropriate for the cup as possible. You know, I might even see if I can make it even more appropriate for the cup. We'll see. Bag is not top 4. Is top 4 not top 3? I guess. No. I just confirmed it with the League Ops. Bag is secured a top 3 spot. So there you go.
Yeah, he's top 3.
Let's see. I don't know what this chat is here in the YouTube, so I'm gonna just hide all these things. If you're If you're typing another language, I'm not going to let it through, guys, just because I don't know if you are saying stuff about the game or if you are using wild profanities. So, you know, keep it clean
Better
here,
safe
folks.
than sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of an interesting matchup. The problem with Pompeyo is he doesn't have a big spell, so Flying Machine and Zappies are going to get a lot of value on defense.
He's raining arrows
But
here.
yeah, Pompeyo has arrows. He has no big spell, so he has no way to kill Flying Machine and Zappies.
That's a nice
But-
miner, though, because that balloon's not
Yeah, that
getting
is
touched.
a nice miner.
Does the balloon connect
That was-
again? Oh, boy. Balloon
it does.
all in.
The tower is going to survive. Yeah.
But at this point now, it's just play defense and miner cycle, right?
Yep. He doesn't have a building to defend Pompeyo, so Royal Hogs could be a little tricky to stop.
Arrows down. Do get some zappies as well. Recruits down.
Yeah, I like that.
And once the bomber's off the board, this is going to be very, very difficult here for Pompeyo to hold on to. And does not pick up the miner. So now trying to sell out for an offense, maybe? Is Airsurfer?
Yeah, he needs to go in Royal Hogs. I don't think he's going to get it.
No, too
That's
late.
not it. Yep.
Too late. Nice work for Pompeyo. And just a little bit too late there. I wonder if there's a point there where Airsurfer should have just realized that tower was dead and gone full send earlier.
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, it's hard to defend Lava Loon just straight up when they spam a lot. A lot of times, yeah, you need to pressure opposite lane and go in. But yeah, could have done better, but we'll never know.
We will never know, but we will get another game here in a moment. Let's see. Not reading that one. Razor does not have a YouTube channel. No, Razor's not a content creator. He never really got into the whole content space.
I made one YouTube video, then
What was it?
no more. It was a 12-win challenge with 2.6.
And then you were just like, I'm not into it.
Yeah, it just wasn't for me.
Let's see. Zigzag asking, at what point do you think is a good time to stop releasing new cards in the game? Do you think we'll ever see 200 cards in the game? That's a good question, Razor. Do you think we'll ever see 200 cards in the game?
200? What are we at? Like 100
We're at
right
100
now?
something. We're at a little over 100.
100 something? I don't know. Judging by the rate that they're releasing cards at the moment, I'm gonna say I don't know. I see the game could last another 20 years, and we could have 200 cards. But at the current rate, I would say no.
Yeah.
If I had to just start a guess, just because we're so far away from that, and they only release a couple cards a year at this point. So
If this game lasts 20 years, guys, I don't know if I'll make it that far. 20 more years of Clash Royale?
I'll be so old.
Oh, my Lord. 20 more years of Clash Royale. Lokesh saying in the YouTube chat, 620,000 people watching, only 110 likes. Come on, guys. Hey, good point. Like this. Also subscribe to my channel. What's the worst that happens?
Agree.
You see more videos? You get alerts that you ignore? Just hit that sub button. And controlling on both sides. This should be an advantage for Airsurfer, am I right?
I'm gonna say yes. I think Pompeyo has Mega Knight, and Mega Knight cannot fully counter a Hog. And yeah, earlier, yeah, because Tesla just gets so much fun. And he has delivery, which is pretty good to clean up like E-Wizzes behind a Mega Knight Ram Rider push. So I'm gonna say yeah, this is pretty good for Airsurfer.
The delivery, not to mention the log for the knockback on the Ram Rider, which you
Yep.
and I were talking about a match earlier where not having the reset on the Ram Rider was a big problem.
This is a aggressive move by Pompeyo. I think he knows he has to kind of go in early, but this is not going to work out at all. That Tesla and Valkyrie are going to eat it up.
And they do a nice job of it. Now nothing no true counter for the Ram Rider. Snowball on, or for the Hog Rider, I mean. Snowball
Yeah.
Ram Rider will slow it down. But any way to stop
And look
that
at the
Hog-
value.
Yeah.
Look at the value from the Tesla. Like, it killed the Mega Knight Bandit and then kills a Ram Rider as well. Like, that's so much value.
And then he spends 3 on the defense, so still has about an elixir and a half advantage. Maybe just, elixir and a quarter advantage for Airsurfer. I'm a little bit surprised he didn't just log that or skeletons that and take the damage.
Yeah, it's just he knows he's up, and that's his weaker tower, and he knows he can just defend Pompeyo's attacks really well, so he just doesn't want to give him anything basically. There's no reason just to give him that little chip, and he's still in the elixir lead, so this could be a little scary, but Tesla's in delivery is just so much value.
Alpha Moriarty, as often with the comment of the day so far, CR World Championship 2041, Morton versus Samuel Basoto Jr. Long on the left-hand lane, and that will be a slight lead here for Airsurfer, 21.98 to 23.02, as he sets up that defense on the right-hand side and getting that Inferno Dragon just inside range of the Princess Tower. King Tower activation here, but not going to be insanely impactful, although that does reduce the average number of hog hits by just about 55%.
I think he could fully counter hogs with a Mega Knight, a solo hog with Mega Knight if the King Tower is activated. So that is somewhat helpful.
Yogan Kenny saying, anyone want to win in this one, Slayton? I don't have a strong opinion here. I know Airsurfer better than Pompeyo, but I like both these guys plenty.
In triple, it could be a little interesting for Airsurfer. I mean, I think he's still going to be able to defend really well, but you can get overwhelmed like we saw in the previous game in triple elixir, because it's just a lot of things to deal with.
Log for the knockback going to be critical, but the Ram Rider does get through. Delivery does not work on the Ram Rider. Poisoned down, 1601 to 2166. Does Pompeyo stay playing in this lane for the counter pushes, or does he ever make a move on the opposite side?
I don't think he has enough pressure in the opposite side. Sometimes with like P.E.K.K.A, when you have Ghost and Bandit, you can pressure the opposite lane, but with just the Bandit, I don't think it's... I mean, I think he might have to try to pressure both lanes at the same time, but the problem with his deck is he has 3 spells. That's not a lot of pressure with 3 spells, so... But we'll see. This is kind of scary here.
Log does get down, but the Ram Rider pushes the Valk out of the way of the Inferno Dragon.
Yep. Yeah, the problem is, Pompeyo is good in matchups, but yeah, he's lacking some other pressure card like Ghost or just something that he can do more with. This is probably the last defense for Airsurfer, so if he can defend this, then that's the game.
Second Mega Knight down, final 10 seconds. Ram Rider trying to break on in. Tesla going to get Cycle 2 one more time, I believe, here. Log to try to knock back the Ram Rider, and it does knock it back.
Well, we got
Snowball! Oh my gosh, does it connect? Doesn't do enough here, and that's going to be Airsurfer evening things up at 1-1.
That was really well played. The delivery just does so much damage to so many things, and then it fights whatever he dropped it on. So like, it deals with bandits, it deals with Inferno Drags. It's just a pretty good card against Pompeyo's deck. Even though it doesn't knock back the Ram Rider, it's just another unit that's really strong, I guess.
Yeah, Royal Delivery with knockback was so nasty for such a long time.
Yeah.
And of course now no knockback, but still it's one of those ones where like, people thought the card was dead when that change happened, but still a lot of value there. And now we go to game number 3.
Yeah, it still just does a lot of damage, and yeah, you get a free tanky kind of unit. Like, it has a shield so it can tank multiple shots from anything. So it's just good distraction defensive card.
Let's see if we can get the deck data up on Royale API. They have the Hasiel bag information up on the Queso or on the QuesoCup portal. But I do want to go ahead and see if we can take a look at what they already used here. Those glasses are sick, says Wistful Storm. Dude, you don't even know. Are you new here? Bruh, you don't even know. We'll be busting out some stunnies over the course of this bad boy. Looking over the YouTube chat here, Tesla Too Strong, Jared get top 1,000 on. Oh yeah, if you want to play in CRL, top 1,000 on ladder. That's it. Razzer, do you think there's a single player who is worth who's good enough to play CRL, but somehow incapable of making top 1,000 on ladder?
I don't know. I don't really think so. I know Javi is not. I wasn't a big ladder player either in CRL, but I'm able to get top 1,000 fairly easily. I don't think there really is one, to be honest. I mean, sometimes you can tilt out of the top 1,000 like last minute, or if you just lose just an outrageous amount of games in a row and are really frustrated at the night, like you can drop out of top 1,000. But I think every player who's good enough to be in CRL can probably get top 1,000.
Yeah, and that's what I'm going to say as well. You want to be in CRL, make top 1,000 because that's literally all it takes now, because it's how you qualify. So congratulations, you are all now in CRL. Let's see. Oh, Wistful Storm, welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, if you want to know what these sunglasses are, if my Stream Deck were working, I could easily tell you. But since my Stream Deck is broken, looking at you, Elgato, get your act together. These are Gooders, my favorite sunglasses. And there you go. This is what I wear. The only thing I wear at all. And let's go. Jumping into game number 3 here. Now I'm trying to take a look at the battles that they just went through. Let's see. Here we go. So Airsurfer ran Pigs and then Royal Hogs. Or ran Royal Hogs and then Pig. Hog Rider. Whatever. You know what I mean. And it's
I get you.
Lava Loon and Ram Rider for Pompeyo.
This looks like maybe a heavy Graveyard deck or a Golem deck from Pompeyo. It looks like Golem.
It feels like Golem. And is Airsurfer going with an old school style Royal Giant deck here?
Possibly. With Lightning, it definitely looks more like Royal Giant.
Right?
Ooh, it could be E-Golem from Pompeyo.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
But it looks like Airsurfer has good answers. Lightning for the Electro Dragon, Dark Prince, and Baby Dragon are both very good versus E-Golem because... Splashy, yeah.
What's my top rank? I've never made anywhere near... I've never even been ranked. I'm not good enough for CRL. I'm just a talker, fellas.
Yeah, the one thing Jack has to be, or Airsurfer, I keep calling him Jack because we're on a first name basis, but he has to be careful about lightning blocks later on. So sometimes Pompeyo can drop E-Dragon and quickly drop Healer and E-Golem and tank that lightning, and that lightning basically does nothing, and he's gonna get overrun. So I think Jack or Airsurfer is good enough to not fall for that, but I think that's one of the main things Pompeyo is going to try to do in this game.
Interesting to see an Ice Spirit in what we assume is an RG deck here. Ice Spirit making a bit of a comeback in the summer of 2021.
Yeah, the freeze can be really nice against certain things, like Ram Rider, for example. Like, it freezes it for quite some time, and yeah, it can be very nice to have.
And now setting up on the right-hand lane, we'll see if Airsurfer does throw an RG in front of this, or just is putting a little pressure Dark Prince on that right-hand lane, decides not to put a giant on roller skates.
I honestly don't think he's going to RG almost at all this entire game. I think he's just going to try to all-out defend because he's getting free Furnace Chip. He's winning in the damage category, so all he has to do is defend these pushes well. And when you're playing against Eagle, a lot of times it's better just to defend and get that elixir advantage and then push, and not push first. Ooh, that was really nice. I think he killed the healer there, and all that else is gonna die.
And here we go, Royal Giant now to the right, to the left-hand lane. Go ahead, Razor.
He got that elixir advantage, and then he just pushed in. So it's better not to push the opposite lane when they go for an E-Golem, and it's better just to defend well and then counter push.
Probably going to hold off on the lightning here. It's unnecessary. Snowball plus Mega Minion. Now maybe no good value here at the moment. Oh, decides to go ahead and lightning anyway, just for the Electro Drag.
And something that's going to be really tricky for Pompeyo is Airsurfer has Mega Minion and Baby Dragon, and the healer can't hit those. So a lot of times, I think the healer's going to be doing nothing. The healer's not going to be able to hit anything to heal up on because Airsurfer's just going to play Baby Dragon and Mega Minion, and it just can't heal all the rest of the troops, so this is just going to be really, really difficult.
Final 80 seconds, and Twitch, let me know if I've fixed the volume issue you were mentioning over there a minute ago. Royal Giant to the left-hand lane, Electro Dragon high, Lightning does get the E-Drag off, and that's going to be a whole lot of damage on the left-hand side.
And Pompeyo doesn't have that much elixir to go in here. I think this is over.
That does feel pretty over. 276.
Can we get a lightning block?
That'd be a pretty fancy lightning block.
Yeah.
It'd
be an expensive lightning block too.
I have pulled off a 3-unit lightning block before, but it was like one of those ones where I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I actually did that.
Yeah. And a lot of times it's not even worth it because the lightning just gets a lot of value. So
Yeah. Well, there we go. Win for Airsurfer. He's secured himself a spot in the top 3 and a path to World Finals here at the QuesoCup. So congratulations, Airsurfer. I don't know what that means he's won money-wise, but I do know that it means that he moves on. So, you know, applause and stuff like that.
congrats.
Congrats indeed. Let's take a look at the chat here for a minute. Don't like Pompeyo's deck. Well, you know, it's the stinky cheese deck. No one in their right mind actually likes it. Airsurfer wearing his TSM T-shirt brings me such nostalgic memories. We were discussing some of those orgs from the past earlier today. No comment on there were some phenomenal. Let's put it this way: there were some excellent organizations in CRL,
Yes,
and
crazy.
you definitely played for 2 of them. So that's what I will say
Yes.
about the orgs that were in CRL. Let's see. Did you get to analyze for Magma? Oh, you're talking to somebody else. So there we go. Let's take a look at the chat here. 10 elixir card, please. A 10 elixir card. Razor, would you mind explaining why a 10 elixir card doesn't actually work?
We had a 10 elixir
I know.
card at one point. 3 Musketeers at one point was 10 elixir, and it's just a lot of commitment, basically. It worked for 3 Musketeers because it's 3 cards, but 10 elixir is a lot. And they used to have the 11th elixir, which made 10 elixir cards better.
Yes.
So way back in the day, you had a secret hidden elixir. So when you got to 10 elixir, you could play a 10 elixir card and not leak elixir because you had a secret elixir that you couldn't see. So, but now if we had a 10 elixir card, you'd have to leak a little bit to play it because there's the little delay when you play cards. So it's also not as good if we have it now.
Thank you very much for your support there in the chat there. Yes, Andy, I don't know if you know this, but I do pretty well. So I'm sorry that my not real job doesn't seem like a real job, but I do pretty well. So, you know, good luck. I don't know. If he loses twice, won't he be 4th? No. Apparently,
No.
top 3 are finished. You know what? Here, you know what? Let me get you the bracket. You look at the bracket and you tell me.
Yeah, if you look at the bracket, it makes sense because there will be 2 people. They're already in the semifinal for the bottom bracket, or yeah, even if they lose now, they'll be in the semifinal for the bottom bracket, and there can only be 2 there, and the one up top. So like if Bag and Airsurfer play each other, one moves on to the finals, and the other one moves down to the lower bracket semifinals, and he's one of if the other bottom player makes it to the bottom semifinals, there's 3 left, basically. I don't know if I explained that very well, but if you look at it and think really hard, I'm sure you can figure it out.
If you look at it and think really hard, is like the best. Hold on.
Makes sense.
Let me put I'm going to put the bracket now in the description. Here you go. I'm adding the bracket to the description. There you go.
Yeah, they're guaranteed top 3, both of them. Because the winner of that, moves on to the finals and moves to lower bracket finals, and there can only be 3 left at that point. Lower bracket finals is top 2 of that.
The answer is just trust us, dude.
Yeah.
That's the answer.
Yeah, just try to look at the bracket and figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Just you know what? Take your afternoon, get yourself a pencil and paper, and write out the math.
Yeah, it makes sense if you look at it and think for a little while. It is confusing. I was very confused, but yeah, you can figure it out.
All right, Razor, question for you. What's your favorite color?
What's my favorite color?
Yeah.
It used to be purple, but I think I like black the best because that's what I wear on most of my clothing, to be honest. Is like black just goes good with everything. So
Okay.
probably black.
All right,
What's yours?
purple.
Purple.
Yep.
Yeah, that used to be mine, but I just realized I wore a lot of black things, and black literally just goes good with everything. Like, there's
Yeah.
not a color that black goes with that looks bad.
No,
So,
I wear a lot of black, but my favorite color is purple.
That's fair.
I don't know if it's because I'm from Sacramento and grew up as a Kings fan. I don't know if it's because my former co-host on my old podcast, Crime with 3 Eyes, made fun of my purple shirt once, so now I wore purple shirts every time we did the show together. I don't know if it's just because it's a good color with my complexion.
I mean, it's a nice color. It used to be mine, so I'm not gonna hate on your choice at all.
So Magma and Hasiel. So in this case, guys, just to remind you, because of the upper bracket advantage, if Hasiel wins, Magma is out. If Magma wins, they replay because of the upper bracket advantage. So I know it's confusing. That's how they're building this 6-player bracket. So, you know, I'm not rooting against either player, but I am rooting for Hasiel to win so that this broadcast goes faster.
This is, look, Mortar is actually pretty good versus Electro Giant, in my opinion, just because it's so tanky and it doesn't attack the Electro Giant. Because Electro Giant does damage when you attack it, and the Mortar doesn't attack it, so it can just sit there and tank up a bunch while the towers kill the Electro Giant. So it's actually pretty good in this matchup, I would say.
527 on that left-hand lane and triple elixir. Can Hasiel get an E-Giant in front of this and take this thing? EQ cycle does not have another spell. Mortar pretty much hard counters if he can get a Mortar down. And that Electro Giant getting shredded very quickly. Although here in triple, this could get dicey.
It could get a little dicey, but Musketeer and Delivery are pretty good. Ooh, the bowl!
One bowl gets through.
Tower. But yeah, it's just gonna Earthquake cycle him, and I don't know if he can get through.
Does he just go for NATO here to pull that all in front of the bowler again? But he can't get it.
Yeah, but he just used it. You can't. His cycle is not good.
5 HP remaining. Can he do it? I don't think he can.
He's got to go with a bowler NATO.
Bowler
I
NATO.
don't think it's gonna happen.
Nah, because the pigs are in.
I'm gonna try.
Oh, Hasiel. Hasiel! You were
Hasiel's struggling a bit.
We all believed in you. It's okay.
I mean, he's still got chances. He's not out of it yet.
And here you go. Because your favorite color said was black, you can't see me unless you're I don't know if you have the YouTube stream open, Razor.
I don't. I just have the one stream open.
Yeah. Now my sunglasses are... Not only are my sunglasses black on the frame side here, Razor, but I'm wearing the special limited edition Batmans with Gotham City built into the sides. Into the... Yeah. That's right.
Nice.
Yeah, you were the chosen one. Easy Elite coming through hot. Let's go ahead and let me go ahead and throw these up. Boom. Let me go ahead and give you guys a look at the Gotham Cities. Oh, those are so fresh. Look at that.
I see this dream now.
Look at that bat
Those
signal.
are nice.
Right? Gooders. All right. Let's see. Frost Dust saying, I lived in 916 for 8 years, Greenback Sunrise area. Oh, so how many times were you stabbed living in the Greenback Sunrise area? What eye color does he have? Who, me? Blue.
I also have blue eyes.
Aww. King C saying he likes purple and blue. Good colors. A lot of people like purple here. Let's see. Royal Pigs OP, those frames. Whoa, yeah, bruh. Yeah, bruh. Does Gooders have everything polarized? They're all polarized, Stephen Young. All of them. Every single one. Let's see. Looking at the YouTube chat, blue's my favorite color, like cerulean blue. It's a good color. Good color, Riley. As long as we're discussing good colors. Slayton, what do you think of a giant skeleton bait deck? A giant skeleton bait deck? I don't know what that... What do you mean? Like you're running bait with giant skeleton in it? Or you're...
Like, I think it's like Goblin Barrel, like... almost like the Goblin Barrel RG Skeleton Army bait deck. I don't know if that's what he's talking about.
I gotta say that I legitimately hate the Prince Rascals bait deck.
I can agree with that.
It makes my head hurt.
Dark Goblin is super annoying, and yeah, Princes with the Rascals can be pretty annoying sometimes if you don't log it.
Yeah, it gets real obnoxious. Does star power change the way your troops look? Yes, it does. That's all it does, Ben. It's just a cosmetic. What is Razor's best season finish? I don't know.
Best official one, like on my profile, or just best one in general?
Let's go with best one in general.
I think I finished 97th once when I pushed an account. Don't ban me, but
when you played on one of your minis, Razor.
Yes, when I played on one of my minis in 2016, 2017, I got a 97th finish.
That
was my best.
Top 100. That's not.
I never was a big ladder player, so my best finish isn't that amazing.
What's your personal best?
What's my personal best? Just over 8,000, I think.
If you've broken 8K, that's like That to me is like that next level, right? When you break 8K.
Yeah. I have broken 8K. It's on my official account, actually. I've gotten 8K.
Oh, that's pretty rad.
Yeah.
I have never done that. I never will.
So it looks like Hog versus Mega Knight Balloon? Yep. Mega Knight Balloon.
King C asking, how do you be in a cup? Well, guess what, King C? Events like this one pretty much always have open qualifiers. You can go ahead and follow me on Twitter, at Rich Slayton. Follow Revel Amar, at Revel Amar, AIMAR. And you can find out information on these open qualifiers when they happen. Most of these players were invited, but a few of them did qualify, including, I believe, I could be wrong here. I don't want to speak out of turn. But I think 2 players from each region were open qualifier players.
This is a pretty interesting matchup. The arrows are really good versus Firecracker, but Magma has no reset for Inferno Tower. So Inferno Tower gets a lot of value versus this Balloon and Mega Knight. So this is kind of interesting.
Let's see. Our Shia in the YouTube chat asking, what do you think about dual lane? Why are they so unrated? What? I don't know what you mean there. How can you be in a cup? King C, I just said there are open qualifiers for this. Latak, who's in the Twitch chat, qualified for this as an open qualifier player. In fact, Latak often makes it into open qualifiers. I've done it more than once, I believe. Oh, that's going to be tower down left-hand side. That's going to be a Hog.
Good.
The Hog gets away for one more shot, but not going to be enough. And looks like Magma going to go ahead and force a second matchup. Hasiel, you could have saved us so much time. Ooh, and some BM arrows to end things off from Magma. Oh, dirty. Oh, dirty.
Boy.
So now we run that one back because Hasiel had the winner's advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. No, I use Giant Skeleton, Bats, Minions, Inferno Dragon, Witch, Arrows, Hog Rider, and Ice Wizard. I bait with Giant Skeleton and attack with Hog Rider and win most of my games with it. So I wouldn't really call that a
I wouldn't call that a bait deck.
Because what are you baiting specifically?
I would not call that a bait deck. Yeah, bait decks are usually just like Goblin Barrel and Skarmy and Goblin Gang.
I would even call. I would call Pit like Royal Hogs fly machine, like Fireball bait. You know.
Yes, but I always think of the more traditional Goblin Barrel bait usually when people say bait. I know there's a really good. I don't remember his. There's a really good Hog Giant Skeleton player with Wizard who is always super high. I always mess up his name, so I'm not gonna try it. But yeah.
Can you spell it and I'll try?
Here, let me see. Let me get it. Let me pull it up.
Let's see it. Let's see.
He's always in top.
Rich, should Ruben choose QuesoCup as his analyst for this tournament? I would have thought IMJP be better for 1v1. I'm not entirely sure. Like IMJP might be a better mechanical player than QuesoCup, but maybe QuesoCup is a better analyst. So who knows? Let's see. Who's the co-caster? That's Razzer. Oh, hold on. That's Razzer. That's him. He's
looking at my phone.
He's I don't know if you know this. He's a CRL pro who played 3 years in the league. Let's see. All right. You know what? I'm going to go ahead. Frost, hit him with the timeout in that Twitch chat. Hit him with the timeout, Frost. Hit him with the timeout, Frost. Get him. There we go. Boom. I didn't even have to do it myself. Thank you. Don't be toxic. Let's see. Look at dual lane decks like Three Musketeers appies. Arshia, here's 3M is just bad. Even after the recent buff, 3M is just not good. But lots of dual lane decks. There are dual lane decks that work. In particular, Royal Hogs Fireball Bait is still very popular as a dual lane deck. That deck is used in competitive very consistently. One of the most common decks in competitive right now is Royal Hogs, Zappies, Royal Recruits, etc., etc. That one is exceptionally popular. Three Musketeers just isn't in a good place right now, so it's not popular. What are some other decks? I mean, a lot of decks apply some dual lane pressure.
Yeah, I mean, Royal Hogs and Recruits, I'd say, are the big one. This is the big one. It's pretty annoying. Recruits are, I'd say, dual lane pressure decks are pretty annoying to deal with. Like when 3 Musk was strong, like that was pretty brutal to defend.
Yeah, I mean, 6 Loon kind of fell out of popularity, which I'm trying to remember why it's not popular anymore. But 6 Loon was a good dual lane pressure deck for a long time.
Yeah, it was. I think it's mainly just because it's kind of an expensive thing, and Fireball a lot of times is super popular right now, and it gets kind of a lot of value. 'Cause you just have to break off the shield with like Log, and then you just Fireball, and there's the Recruits and Balloon down, and that's what 12 elixir wasted on 6 you spent. So I think that's a pretty big reason that it's not really a thing anymore.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's see. Lokesh saying I've not lost a single game against bait decks since Fire Spirit buff. Yeah, well, Fire Spirit does kind of counter bait. Let's see. Giant Skeleton's basically a rocket on legs. So, yeah. What do I think of 2.6 Hog Cycle? I think it is a really great deck for learning the game, and some players can play it well. I don't care about it that much because it's not viable competitively speaking. But I think it's a good game. If you were going to have someone like have a casual learn the game correctly, Razor, is that where you'd point them to as like learn 2.6 and then advance from there?
Yes. I mean, 2.6 can be kind of hard for new players and kind of frustrating just because cycle cards are a little difficult, I would say, for newer players to get used to because it just requires you to defend really cheaply, and I feel like newer players don't really know how to do that the best. I would just say simpler beatdown decks.
I'm talking more about like someone who has that experience of like, hey, I'm in the 4 to 5Ks, I've been playing for a little while. I'm trying to like... That's Mike, but that was more question. Not like someone new. Not someone new.
Okay, yeah. Just to get better, I think it's worth doing. Yeah, just trying it and learning those small interactions, how to defend cheaply, but I feel like a lot of newer people can get a little, or not even newer, just people who aren't like real experienced with the game can get kind of frustrated with cycle decks just because, I don't know, I think they're kind of difficult. I think it's definitely worth everyone should try, and it's a good way to get better at the game, but sometimes it's just not for everyone, I would say. So I would say, yeah, I agree that it's worth doing, but
not for everybody.
It's not for everyone, so I wouldn't like just say you have to get good at or have to play it and keep playing it even though you're not doing very well. It's a good thing to try, but you can realize that it's not for everyone.
You heard it here first. 2.6, not for everyone. That's the official word from Razor.
Yep.
All right. It would be so cool if Stream Deck worked. It would be like the greatest thing ever. Guys, if anyone has a contact at Elgato and can get them to figure out how to make my Stream Deck work, that would be awesome. Because these buttons are garbage.
Let's see if Magma can win this again. I think he won this almost exact matchup versus Pompeyo, right? Was it against Pompeyo?
All right. There we go. So this one, I actually was running this on ladder for a little while, the Rocket variation of this deck. It's an interesting choice to go with. Rocket being wildly unpopular right now, although this is the one deck, and I don't know if it applies against professionals, against top-tier players. This is a deck that a lot of pros were tweeting about as being like way too easy to use, maybe about 2-3 weeks ago.
I mean, I don't know. Ooh, this is trouble, though, for Hasiel. I think Firecracker is pretty good for a pro level, because it's just kind of annoying, because you can protect it and it's just so well, but it's kind of difficult to be good at it. But this is looking rough for Hasiel. I think this is just straight up over.
P.E.K.K.A, Mother Witch, and a whole lot on the board. Tesla as the only response right now. The Mother Witch does get in front.
Does go in front, but Hasiel is... Ooh, that's a good rocket. That is a good rocket, but he is down 1 elixir still and down a ton of damage.
Yeah, you see, as Omotayo's mentioned in the YouTube chat, you see a hog on defense, and that's usually a pretty bad bit of news.
Yeah. Who's kind of going all in here on the left.
Some good damage there from Magma, or from Hasiel, finally switching the conversation. Has been stuck in the right-hand lane. Dark Prince will get a charged-up connection, and Mother Witch on as well, but Hasiel now with a bit of an opportunity. Does he go back again to the right-hand lane now that Mama Peck is out of cycle?
That's good Firecracker. That's some damage. I kind of wish he protected that Firecracker a little more. Possibly, I'm not sure what his cycle was, but he could have protected that from the barbell and got like a couple extra shots on tower, and he could have maybe been in rocket cycle-ish range. This isn't over.
Does he need another hog hit here to be in rocket cycle range?
Yes.
Oh no! Look at the pig putting the barbarian on the tower. Wow.
Yeah, he needs another hog hit because you just can't throw out that many rockets without getting out pressured basically, and the fireball cycle can just come in from Magma at almost any time.
And there goes the first part of the fireball cycle. Needs one more fireball. Gonna have to get a hog hit. Not gonna get past a Ram Rider at this stage. Ram Rider does get distracted a bit. It only has 2 targets. Does the Hog Rider get away? It does not get away here, or it has 3 targets, right?
Yeah, fireball.
GG, well played. And Magma here, maybe going to do the double reverse all the way on Hasiel. This is craziness.
Yeah. Also, the Giant Skeleton Hog player is Denicito
Pro?
Denicito Pro, yeah.
Denicito Pro, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right, Giant Skeleton Hog.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's really good with Giant Skeleton Hog. And if you want a good Giant Skeleton Hog deck, his is probably the only I would recommend.
That one got mixed into the competitive meta for a minute there. People were playing that early on in dual mode. I know a lot of people were playing that in the All-Stars event after CRL wrapped in 2020. That one got pretty popular for a minute because it didn't compete with lots of other decks. But yeah, Denicito Pro. There's a few of those decks, right? The Denicito deck is one of them. The Mohamed Parsa deck's another one.
Mohamed Parsa is P.E.K.K.A. Yeah, P.E.K.K.A. lane.
Yeah, the Pheno deck. There's all these weird like ladder one trick decks that it's almost you'd love to wouldn't you love to be the person who like P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam was named after you as opposed to just like call P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam?
True. That would be interesting. But yeah, those decks just gain popularity, and you kind of forget who made them originally. So,
taking a look at some of the Twitch chat here for a minute. One more for Magma to turn around. Yeah, Chaos Kid actually said he was right that you were talking about the Denicito Pro deck, and that's the one he was mentioning earlier. We could have looked at chat 5 minutes ago. We would have actually had the answer for it. Supreme CR saying I've been playing the same deck pretty much since the beginning. An off meta double hut deck. What stuck at 6.7K? What? Any suggestions? Don't play double hut. That's for a wide variety of reasons, including
double hut can be good. Also, yeah, it could run into Earthquake or something and be not fun.
The guy you're talking about is Denicito Pro X. Denicito, Denisito Pro, Pro. Corgan in the Twitch chat asking, was his mistake the offensive rocket?
I think.
Oh boy,
this is already over.
And a little BM here out of Magma as well. Maybe some bad blood we don't know about between these two.
I don't know, but Hasiel is real on. Oh, he's giving up.
Wow, Hasiel waves the white flag after absolutely dominating the group stage. 12-1, winless, just ruined here.
It's unfortunate. Maybe nerves got to him or something. I honestly don't really know him that well or at all. So maybe this is just like his first big competition and he got a little nervous. But I mean, he played very well in the qualifier. So hopefully we'll see him again, like in CRL qualifiers or something, and he can get his nerves under control because he seemed like a good player.
And Magma BMing pretty hard there. I'm wondering, maybe Hasiel BM'd him the other day? What is going on here? I have not seen that much. Or is Magma just a BM?
I think Magma's kind of a B armor to begin with. So, yeah, I don't think there's anything personal. Usually there's nothing that personal when you're... Unless it's like a known rivalry. But I think it's just he BMs.
Zigzag saying, why can't Denacito Pro make it these tournaments? He has before, but he's a serious one-trick, and it's hard to one-trick your way into an event like this.
Yeah. Like, dual format is not great for one-tricks because they can only play their deck one time.
And also, competitive isn't great for one-tricks because you only get more than one game. So you have to play 3 games against somebody at least, or 2 games against somebody at least. That's a kind of an issue. So here we go. We are coming up next to be Boss and Pompeyo. And again, Pompeyo will have that winner's bracket advantage. And we'll see who goes up and faces off against Magma. Bag and Airsurfer just sit back and wait for a while and see who will be their opponent. Let's see. BM, what does BM mean? It means bad manners, but it refers to any sort of move that is designed to razz your opponent. No pun intended here. But throw out a bunch of emotes. If at the end of a game,
arrows, or fireball in the corner, or something like that.
Oyasu is a one trick that made it. To be fair, Oyasu has made it, but again, like.
Oyasu's not a one-trick, though. Oyasu plays a lot of things very well. He's really good at Miner. He's really good at Hog. But, yeah, Denacito Pro literally only plays one deck. Like, when you see him on ladder, he will only play that one deck. Versus Oyasu will play Miner. He'll play 2.6. He does play 2.6 a lot, but he also plays Miner and other things. Unlike Denacito Pro.
Here we go to our other side. Boss versus Pompeyo. Again, not on this one would be an elimination BO3 for Boss. Pompeyo does have that protection from the upper bracket. I'm going to step away for a moment and refill my water. Be back in a couple minutes. Razor, enjoy. Take it away.
I will take it away. It seems, if I had to guess, Boss is either playing Graveyard or Balloon, and Pompeyo is playing probably Royal Hogs Mortar. And I cannot read chat. Otherwise, I would answer questions right now, but I do not have chat up, so my apologies. But in this matchup, I don't know. It depends what Pompeyo's small and big spells are. If he has like a snowball, I'm guessing he has Earthquake Delivery, which isn't the best versus Balloon because you can't really push it back. But I don't know. This could go either way, but I think Boss has a Mega Knight. So it could be tricky for Pompeyo to get his Royal Hogs in. But we'll just have to see. Cannon Cart and Musketeer can get a lot of value because Boss doesn't have a big spell, so he can't really deal with those. But I would say Boss might have an advantage here, but it just depends how they play. I think I could be convinced either way. Big stretch. All right, Boss up a little bit of Elixir, dropping a Mega Minion, and then splitting Zappies. Pretty casual part of the game. Pompeyo, the one thing he needs to be careful of is he can't really set up offensive mortars because he really needs those for defense. He basically can't defend a Loon without it, I would say. He always needs to save his mortar, and he should be in a better position. I don't know if it's a good position. But yeah, he can never offensive mortar unless he's up just a lot of elixir. And Boss already uses Loon. So if he defends a Loon and then can counter push and drop another mortar, that could be good. But yeah, Pompeyo just kind of has to sit back and cycle Musketeer, cycle Cannon Carts, try to get an elixir advantage, and then go in. But Boss is doing a pretty good job at keeping up some pressure. But this is kind of a lot of counter push, which I was talking about. Yeah. Pompeyo just needs to get counter push, and Boss can't Mega Knight. This Cannon Cart actually might be a little scary, and yeah, that's a lot of damage. And if you look at the elixir, that's kind of a lot of elixir, and he still has to deal with the Spear Goblins, which he's just gonna tank. So this is actually not looking that good for Boss. Yeah, Pompeyo just has the advantage of being able to sit back and defend and then counter push. And it looks like Boss is going in here, but we're just getting a mortar, which is going to eventually... Musketeer is very distracted at the moment. I think we're going to get another... Oh, pulls it to the dead Cannon Cart. That is actually pretty insane. Pompeyo knew not to waste extra elixir. That's a pretty valuable Mega Knight, and Pompeyo used Earthquake, so he's going to be down a lot of Elixir here. He needs to be pretty careful. So that's a good Knight, but ooh, he's so low on Elixir. He needs to get a Mortar down somewhere. Wow, that was a great pull up, but the Mega Man is going to slash it down. Snowball on the Musketeer. Is that going to get a hit? No, that's not good. Now Pompeyo is not super down Elixir. High Mega Knight there from Boss. I think I'd prefer to see a lower Mega Knight, because then he would have more Elixir to support this Mega Knight with. See, he's barely getting Elixir to balloon now. If he played that a little lower, he could have saved up more Elixir and then ballooned as the Mega Knight crosses the bridge. And now this Mega Knight just took so much damage from the tower because he placed it high that it's just gonna die really fast, and then the balloon is by itself and the balloon dies the tower. Now we're just gonna get an Earthquake Cyclops from Pompeyo, and this game's might be over. He needs 2 more, so we'll see if Boss can do something triple Elixir. It is kind of scary because Mega Knight, Fisherman, and Balloon is a lot to deal with. But I think Pompeyo will be able to pull it out. Oh, good arrows, actually. The Musketeer is down, and that balloon's going to hit. It's not going to hit twice because of the Musketeer, but can Boss keep up the pressure with the Miner? Can he catch it? Didn't catch the Miner. Arrow Snowball could be scary, but are the Hawks going to get it? Ooh, that was actually pretty close. Yeah, and triple it can get pretty scary with all the troops and no big spell from Pompeyo, but he was able to hold it out.
And it
Very
was
impressive.
so much fun listening to you cast on your own. Oh, that was great. I don't get to do that.
Wow.
That was a blast. And what a great finish to get the cast. That was pretty rad.
Yeah, I did get a cast. I've never really casted before, so I wasn't really sure what to say, but
well, you said the things that were happening on the screen and then tried to give some context to them, which are the two things that you do. So it worked out pretty well.
Those are the things that
welcome everybody who's new and joining. I saw some shout outs here. Saketh Ram, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Glad you guys are here. Not sure, Rich, when is the World Finals? Sometime. I think they're the weekend of July 3rd, 4th. I think that's when the World Finals are. Pompeyo, one of the best OGs in the game. Yeah, Razor, well done, man. People are liking you. Everyone in the chat saying really nice things.
Thanks. I did my best.
Well, your best is better than many. Would have thought Mega would have killed the Hogs. Yeah, it doesn't totally kill them, but you were mentioning you wanted to see Mega Knight play a little bit lower rather than right at the bridge.
Yeah, because you can fully counter it, I think. It's just, yeah, you can't play it real high like that because the Hogs are real fast and they run away. And I didn't like it high at that time because when you play it high, it crosses the bridge faster, and then it starts taking damage. And he didn't have enough elixir to balloon right away because you want the balloon and Mega Knight to cross at the same time, so you have a lot of health going down. But his Pompeyo's tower hit the Mega Knight quite a few times, weakening it when he ballooned. So eventually the balloon is just gonna get hit by the tower instead of the Mega Knight tanking more for it. So it was just like a little bit of a waste, and it didn't counter all the Hogs. So yeah, it was kind of specific to the situation, but yeah, usually lower is better.
This is the QuesoCup, everybody. It's a tournament sponsored by Team Queso and Saketh Ram. This has nothing to do with Clash Royale League. Nothing to do with CRL. In fact, people were hating on Viper for playing some meme decks in the QuesoCup qualifiers. And then, of course, Viper went on to make the top 8 in CRL that very same weekend. My theory, and I think he was right, was that he was playing meme decks so that he wouldn't expose his decks for the more important competition, which, not to say $32,000 total prize pool is small, but when 1.6 million's on the line, I think Viper was focused on the big prize, which is that CRL World Championship.
Yeah, I've done that in tournaments before. I don't know if I just threw with meme decks, but like just playing decks that aren't your usual is somewhat acceptable because yeah, CRL is the bigger event and what you want to focus on more.
So Pompeyo looking like RG here. The Heal Spirit's a weird one.
Definitely RG. And then Mortar out of Boss. I'm guessing Mortar Hogs, the same deck Pompeyo just played, basically.
And there goes the aggressive RG at the bridge on the right-hand side.
That's good.
Yeah, nothing.
Boss does not have Elixir. I was wondering, Boss was always kind of low on elixir this entire match, and Pompeyo is punishing him for it.
Cannon cart does go down at the bridge. Has to spend something on that musketeer, but
Just gonna skeletons,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah.
eats all of the spear damage, not worried about it, and that's a nice little lead here for Pompeyo, 1264 to 1904, as he heals spirits behind, and RG's right into the mortar.
Mm-hmm. Eventually, later on, if Boss mortars like that, Pompeyo could just RG opposite lane, and Boss has nothing. If he RG's opposite lane, he can't distract it, he can't log it back. So he needs to be careful about those aggressive mortars, I think, because Pompeyo could punish him very badly, because that tower on the left is pretty weak.
I was a little surprised by the bridge mortar against RG, but
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it can be good. Cannon cart gets a lot of value against bridge. Like, if you bridge mortar and then cannon cart, your cannon cart can kind of kill the RG very quickly. But yeah, you just have to be a little careful, because opposite lane RG against bridge mortars is pretty good. Because yeah, like I said, Boss doesn't have a log to push it back. He doesn't have a second building. It can be tower down basically right away.
a lot of damage here coming in. Those elite barbarians splitting their focus for a minute, so a few hogs do get through. 1373 to 929. The longtime ladder loon god Pompeyo with the lead here over the popular American content creator in Boss, but Boss does have an uphill battle. He needs to win this one and win one more, and then win two more on
Win
top of that
another.
to stay alive in here.
Ooh, I like those elite barbarians, because that musketeer is gonna die to him. That was super good elite barbarians. It ate that royal delivery and then killed the musketeer. This is gonna be a lot for Boss to deal with. I don't think he can actually. I think this is over.
RG deep in enemy territory. That's a GG. That's a well played. Pompeyo sends Boss packing with a very nice performance here in game number 2.
Very nice.
Rich, would you ever use my deck in Clash Royale? Maybe. I don't know. What's your deck? I like even though I am not a great player, I like playing cycle decks. I enjoy. I don't know how you like what you enjoy playing, Raz, or what you enjoy doing, but like I really pretty much am only having fun when I'm playing something that's fast and furious.
Yeah, I can kind of agree with that. I've played a little bit of everything, obviously, but I would say I have the most fun with cycle decks. Beatdown decks and like some of those like control NATO decks can be a little boring, because you just have to wait, and you just wait for your opponent to do something, and then you react is the best way to play them. So I get a little bored playing beatdown decks. So I would agree, cycle decks are play.
So
Sit around.
you can see that bracket. We are down to our top 4, and of course, the winner of that lower bracket final will move on to the top 3. So, guys, just so you know, the top 3 do qualify. So the winner of Pompeyo Magma will qualify for Worlds. We're going to go, right now it's 4:30 Pacific time. We're going to go until about 5:05, so another 30 minutes or so. And then I have a previous engagement that I need to peel off for him. But we will know our top 3 qualifiers for sure before we end today's stream. I believe we'll know them.
Yes,
and then
hopefully.
hopefully we'll get to see more of that if the games go quickly. Otherwise, I will link you guys to the Spanish to finish off the matches. But we will definitely know our world qualifiers. So Seth Ram asking, what model are these? These are the Neon Flux. Come on. Give me a little focus there. Boom. The Neon Flux capacitors. Man, it is not one of the boom. That's what they are. That's these bad boys. The VRGs is the model style. They're weird. They're silly. But you know what? I enjoy them. So that's all that matters. Let's see.
Rich, I have a question for you.
Yes, Razzer.
You asked me my favorite color. What's your least favorite color?
Ooh, that's a good answer. Well, Mrs. Slayton would say it should be maroon, because maroon is the color of Texas A&M, and our family is all Longhorns, total orange bloods, top through and through. So maroon's definitely on that list. Let me look around. You know, I'm sure I can find a least favorite color if I look around a little bit. Let's see. Red's not bad.
Yeah.
I don't like green as a very much as a base color. Green is okay as like an accent color, but I don't like green as like the color. Maybe it's because I'm on green screen so much and it wipes out. I'm not really entirely sure. I'm not big on red, but yeah, maroon. Maroon's definitely in that list of yuck colors. I'm looking around to see if there's anything else I should say here. I don't mind red. You know what? Should I show you guys a pair of gooders that no one's seen before right here on stream? Should that happen right now? Because I do have a red. I don't wear red very often, but I do have a red pair that I could bust out right now. No one. I'm waiting. It's going to be bust out here on July 1st. Okay, so this is a special pair of stun glasses that I'm not going to bust out live here until July 1st. But I will bust them out for you. Can anyone guess why these glasses are for waiting until July 1st? Anybody in the chat know why I would say these for July 1st? Anybody? What's July 1st? This is the North America / Central America region. Does someone know why July 1st? Oh, have to wait until after this game is over, I guess. Whoops.
Whoops. If you're curious, my least favorite color is yellow.
Your least favorite is yellow?
Yeah, I think yellow just looks disgusting in my opinion.
Just looks disgusting. All right.
I don't know. It's just what I feel when looking at yellow. It's just a weird color.
Ooh, I do see some interesting guesses there in the chat. What are we waiting for? Oh, you know what? We are, man. You know, we'll get through these in time, I believe, because I don't think there's any double matches here at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yes. That is kind of aggressive to Lumberloon that early, but I mean it wasn't bad because the Lumberjack killed the Goblin Barrel, which is 3 elixir for none because you get a free Lumberjack. So it's basically like a 1 elixir cost for a Lumberjack. So it's not bad to go in for a Loon there, but usually going Lumberloon early is a little aggressive. And my Alexa is speaking at the moment.
Hey Alexa.
Hey Alexa, stop. There we go. So we have Logbait versus a weird Recruit's Loon. You wanted Recruit's Loon, and it's here.
6 Loon. It's a thing.
Loon.
All right, I think
We'll
I
see.
think these will be regular BO3s. Here we go.
Ooh, delivery is pretty good. Delivery helps a lot with the Recruits and the Lumber Loon, but it's a little unfortunate they doesn't have like Snowball to push back the Loon, but I think this could be okay for Jack. Or Airsurfer.
For Air Jack.
Air Jack, yeah. I keep calling him Jack.
Jack
That's what I always
Surfer.
call him, yeah. The ace has to watch out for Arrow's value, I think. But I think he can pull this one off.
You know, how do we never... I mean, I'm trying to think of other ways we could have done good, like, duo names for 2v2 duos. You know, how do you do the God RF as a 2v2 duo name? The God AC.
I don't know. The God crap. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
The crap God.
Right. Yeah, the crap God. Right. There's nothing good. There's nothing good for AC and RF.
Yeah, it's easy with Airsurfer and Firewolf because they're both conjunction names, right? Because Airsurfer and Firewolf. So you just have to mix one of the conjunctions and.
Yeah, Firesurfer, by the way, much better than Airwolf. We debated them both, and it was a very easy debate.
Yeah. Ooh, this gonna be a balloon hit, I think, for sure.
A prediction to nothing, but the balloon will hit Raged Up on the left-hand side. Does not get a second drop here. 1280 remaining as we go into sudden death, and that's a big swing.
Death Bomb doesn't kill Princess anymore. Ooh, this is a lot. That was a good furnace to pick up the Goblin Barrel, but this is going to be a lot of skeletons. This is going to do a ton of damage.
Snowball
kind of a late snowball, but that's still good to defend the tower. Now that he's Snowball, actually, this kind of tricky for Jack or Airsurfer. Goodness,
whoever he is.
Because yeah, arrows and Snowball is pretty good. Oh, the Fire Spirit jumping at an unopportune time.
A lot on the board right now for Bag here. Airsurfer in trouble. Does have the stacked furnaces. Arrows have to come out, though, because couldn't bet on that timing. Not at this stage.
That's really unfortunate to use arrows there, because Dark Goblin just gets a lot of value when Bag wastes arrows on defense. And Princesses.
Bag stacking up these furnaces. Does he just stack another one more time? Opposite lane here for Airsurfer now. Not going into the danger lane. And arrows come out.
Arrows again. Yeah. This is good from Airsurfer, just keeping up pressure and forcing him to use. He used 2 small spells there. He used his snowball and arrow, so he's able to just stack up these princesses and dark goblins more and more. But in triple, this could be a little scary because Bag's gonna get his small spells back and he's gonna go in here, and that's a lot of stuff to deal with.
That's a lot indeed. But of course, don't forget there's the Inferno Le Tower.
Yeah, and Bag has no reset for the Inferno.
Final 25
Bag
seconds.
doing a good job saving his arrows, but he needs to get in damage. And Airsurfer just princesses are not dying, and princesses do a pretty good job at all dealing with all this. And oh, he wastes arrows, and Goblin Barrel's gonna destroy him.
Yeah.
I think this is over.
Can the fastest balloon ever happen? No, it can't. Will recruits steal this? No, they won't. Game 1 going to go to Airsurfer in this winner's bracket final. Both, again, already qualified, but, of course, placement. And I believe some of the prize pool. You know what? I have the rules somewhere. I'll look at the actual rules so I can tell you what the score stuff is. I know I have them somewhere around here. And let me go. Those of you who guessed July 1st is Canada Day, boom! These are called the A team. The A team. The A team. Oh, the A team! I get it now. The A team, because Canadians go A, but it's you get it, right? So here we go. This is my. I'm gonna wear them on July 1st. My Canadas. You can take a look at these with the maple leaves all over them. Shout out B-Rad and all the maple miners. We should get a pair of these to B-Rad, dude.
I'm sure B-Rad would like them.
Right?
He is pretty Canadian.
He is very Canadian. Only eats Canadian bacon, no real bacon.
Maple syrup all day.
I've heard that he's been campaigning for hockey mode in Clash Royale, where all your players they just slip and slide around the arena. And Zigzag Nemesis has tried to ask me many questions that could get me in trouble here. So Zigzag Nemesis, behave yourself in the YouTube chat. I am not going to denigrate any country or region during this chat. You animal,
Hog
you.
Rider. Honestly, Airsurfer is one of the best Hog Rider players that I've seen, in my opinion. Like he's, I don't know. I've always based my Hog Rider gameplay off him because I don't know him with just any cycle deck is very, very good. And it looks like we're gonna have Clone here from back, so this is gonna be interesting. Clone is an interesting deck because it could go really good, or you could just get nothing done the entire game.
Yeah, Clone against Log, Ice Spirit, Valk, and Firecrackers does seem like a challenge.
It's definitely a challenge. Unless Bag has... No, he can't have arrows. Ooh.
Yeah.
This is a great choice by Airsurfer because Bag used arrows last game, and Firecrackers basically only foe is arrows.
That's actually a really smart way to think about, like, playing two different, like, playing bait and hog Firecracker cycle in the same deck build. Ooh, that's a little defensive EQ. That was neat.
Does Bag have... Bag doesn't have Furnace either in this deck. He probably has NATO, I'm guessing, is one of his last cards. I'm not sure what the other is.
Bag's going with like, I think that this deck was around a minute during the Witch meta, like the Witch Xe meta, and someone asked about Broken Xe earlier today in the chat, and I didn't get a chance to respond to it. But that Witch Xe meta was real brutal.
Oh yeah, Xe on release was also a weird card because it had like a mini stun. I don't know if you remember that or were around back then, but yeah, it mini stunned because of some glitch in the game, and it would cause troops to like get stunned. It was really, really strange glitch.
That is weird. I don't remember if I remember that or not. Like, I mean, I have a 5-year badge, but like I was definitely a super casual before CRL.
Yeah, when it was like just on release for like a month or so. I'm not sure how long it lasted, but yeah, it would like his axe would go through things and it would like cause them to like jitter, and it was almost like they got zapped. It was really weird. But back to the game. Yeah, Airsurfer looking pretty good.
Yeah, this is pretty locked down.
That's not the NATO. Yeah.
This is pretty locked down. Bag not going to be eliminated. Remember, Bag is already qualified for the World Finals of the QuesoCup. But some money on the line here. I believe unless there is some issues of translation from these rule sets. But I believe that from today's event, the top prize is $2,000, second prize is $1,500, third is $1,000, and fourth is $500. And then the international final or the world final, you have $5,000 as the grand prize. So I believe that's the breakdown. Yeah, Latak is saying that in the chat right now. So there is money on the line here between Airsurfer and Bag. But, of course, they are both qualified for that next phase.
It's not a bad chunk of change to go home with.
Oh, and first in each region gets a bye in Worlds from the first round. Oh,
ooh, that's pretty good.
That's pretty serious.
And it looks like
Attack.
Airsurfer is going to just absolutely pull this one away. Like I said, Clone is risky. You can either get a quick or easy win, or you could just kind of get stalled out the entire game and not be able to do much.
And that's what we saw. And hey, Frost Dust coming in with the big Tier 1 gifted sub to Attack. Let's go. Thank you, Frost Dust. Celebration of Airsurfer's win, maybe? Celebration of these ridiculous super OP Canada glasses? I know. So here's a question for you, Airsurfer. Or Raz, I don't know why I keep calling Airsurfer's on screen. Twice now, Airsurfer's been on screen when we've been talking. Raz, here's a question for you. How many national anthems do you know?
How many national anthems do I know? I know United States. I know Canada starts like "Oh Canada" something. I don't know. I just know it starts with "Oh Canada." So I would say technically one.
You know like 1.04 anthems.
Yeah. So yeah, not great.
I know 3. I know 3 anthems.
Wow.
So there you go. I should know France's because I took French, but I guess we never learned it. And I guess I maybe I know like 3.1 because I know like some of God Save the Queen, which is Britain. But I know "Oh Canada." I learned it at summer camp one summer. Lots of Canadians used to come to my summer camp a long time ago. Not so much anymore. But yeah, there you go. "Oh Canada." Yeah, you got the first two words right.
Yeah, that's all I know.
That's "Oh Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love. In all thy sons' command, with glowing hearts we see the rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. And then this is where it gets high and my voice is kind of broken. God, keep our land glorious and free. Ooh, I'm off key there.
It's okay.
Yeah. "Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee."
Still good.
Thank you very much.
Better than I did. That's for sure.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Does Camaro Bro still play? No idea. I actually can kind of sing. I can sing well enough that I got a callback auditioning for Book of Mormon back in the day.
I love that.
For the lead for Elder Cunningham. I got a callback on Book of Mormon for the touring company. But those were days when my sing in French now you're a fraud. We're bilingual. Fair enough. Comment allez-vous? Je m'appelle Richard. Je voudrais ouf de mayonnaise. There we go. That's my entire French.
Wow.
And here we go. This is the lower bracket final. The winner here makes the top 3 and qualifies for World Finals.
Pompeyo may be playing Pompeyo deck. And that looks like Pompeyo deck versus Lava. I think it depends what Magma's spells are, but I think this is actually kind of a good start for Pompeyo. He can Loon here and miss that cage. This is going to be pretty... Ooh, Electro Dragon is pretty good, but I think this is still going to be a lot. Fireball's going to come in here and maybe get both.
Oh,
yeah,
but doesn't matter, though.
Both, but it doesn't matter. It didn't chain to the Inferno Dragon. That's just power down for basically nothing.
Pompeyo going full Pompeyo.
But yeah, he's only down 1 elixir, and Magma didn't do any counter pushing, so full health towers.
Wow.
Not a great start for Magma.
Pompeyo for the content. And people cheering for Magma about to be disappointed. At least in game number 1.
It's not impossible to come back. Electro Dragon can just get some lucky chains onto Inferno Dragon, but I think Pompeyo is good enough just not to let that happen. And he's not going to overcommit here for another tower, so this is probably going to be pretty difficult for him to come back in this game.
As you said earlier, Pompeyo all-time #1 balloon player.
For sure.
What makes him so good at Loon?
It's just knowing when to go in and just, yeah, he just knows all the interactions, just what cards to play when, and he's just been playing for so long. Like, I remember, I'm really good friends with Adrian. Adrian was on Chivas with Pompeyo, and he literally said, like, Pompeyo would just practice his Loon deck almost all the time. So he just always plays his deck, and yeah, he's just so good at it.
This does have some legs here. Has to get back to Fireball. Let me clean up some of the support here. Ice, look at that Ice Golem there to pick up the support behind. This is not
It's a
undisturbing.
little scary here. He was trying to wait for the pups before he fireballed, so he'd get the pups and the flying machine, but he realized it's just better not to, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty easy defend here.
And that's game #1. Pompeyo, 1 away from qualifying for the next phase. Let's see. Zigzag Nemesis saying Pompeyo only fears one man, and that is Sir Tag. Sir Tag could literally beat an alien at Clash Royale. I mean, I think most of us could beat an alien at Clash Royale. I don't know how many aliens are grinding, to be honest. I think, you know what, I'll say right now, I'll put it out there. Find an alien, and I'll beat it at Clash Royale. How about that? I'll put $1,000 down on it right now. If you can find me an alien, I'll bet $1,000 that I beat that alien in Clash Royale.
That seems like a pretty safe bet.
Yep. That's my guess. So good luck finding the alien. That's the first step, I think.
Yeah, probably the hardest step.
So game #1, Pompeyo goes full Pompeyo deck. And trying to look the Zuckerberg count is actually hilarious. Maybe he does.
Maybe. It is a little strange.
Oh, that's an interesting question from Zigzag Nemesis. Could you teach an AI robot to dominate CR?
My brother studies neural networks and like computer AI, and he was kind of looking into it, and it's kind of difficult for Clash Royale just because, like, for example, chess, there's variables, but it's always like one goal, right? You're just trying to do the best to take the king. But in Clash Royale, there's just so many different things. So you have to worry about timing, like when to place things. You have to worry about what and like where to place things. There's just so many more like deeper variables than like chess, because chess is the big one where AIs kind of dominate, right? But they have one clear cut goal, and it's turn based, so they kind of have time. But like in Clash Royale, it's just so difficult to teach something what to play, when to play it, where to play it. It's just kind of a lot of variables to do, and those kind of machines just need a long time to learn, and it's just, I don't think there's really time or a strong enough computer to do it at the moment. This is my analysis.
That's so funny. You think a computer's able to do anything, but like the complexity, the complexity of making decisions that are beyond just the primary goal of tower kills.
Yes, because also there's so many squares you can play things. It's what to play, when to play it. There's kind of a lot of variables in Clash Royale that you don't really realize. But there's just so many combinations.
Speaking of combinations, P.E.K.K.A. Ram Rider.
P.E.K.K.A. Ram Rider. Didn't they play this exact matchup almost before? Or am I mistaken? I thought Pompeyo and Magma played, or Magma played this versus Pompeyo, and Pompeyo was playing Hog. I could be wrong, but
yeah, I wonder, did they play this before?
I felt like they did. And Pompeyo lost. I know Magma beat somebody, I thought, with this matchup, but I could be wrong. I could be making things up, but
oh yes, they did. Says So Pro Bro, and Pompeyo lost at that time.
Yeah, he did. He got overwhelmed. I think a Dark Prince snuck through one time, and so did a Bandit, which was kind of the end of Pompeyo. But we saw Airsurfer do really well in this matchup, I believe. So I think I still stand by. I think Hog is a little better in this matchup. You just have to be really careful on your defenses, basically.
Let's see. There's an A, and Quentin in the YouTube chat saying there's an AI that can be made to play CR. If they have killer Dota 2 AIs, they can beat the best Dota team on the globe. They can make one for CR, I'm sure.
True. I do follow Dota, and yeah, they did make one in Dota that did pretty well. I mean, Dota is kind of a different game, but I'm sure they could probably make one for Clash Royale. I just think it'd be a little tricky, because also, like, you'd have to give it certain decks to play, and there's just a little more wiggle room there as well. So, I mean, I'm sure it can be done, but there are a lot of variables in Clash Royale.
Hey, Kelly Lawrence, what's up to you in the YouTube chat? As we go into sudden death overtime, this time it feels like Pompeyo has the variables of this matchup worked out better than last time, but again, you can see the same overwhelm maybe building here. This is not that much distance.
It is not that much, but you got to remember also it's just harder for Magma to do any more damage now that it's double Elixir, because in single sometimes you can take a stray, like E-Wiz shot or something like that, but yeah, Pompeyo's not going to allow that, and I do not like that Mother Witch. That's just going to get eaten by the Tesla, and so is that E-Wizard, so this is not a great push from Magma here.
Lakesh saying there was an AI. Did you find out about Trainer? Yeah, but the trainers they give the trainers advantages. Trainer Cheddar is not an even matchup with the player.
Yeah, also the earlier trainers are really horrible.
Real garbage.
Yeah.
Pig down, left-hand lane. White flags being waved from the peanut gallery there.
Those firecrackers doing a lot. Hitting the tower a couple times, and just look at that P.E.K.K.A, like half HP.
Oh, this is some brutality.
This is brutal. Just Pompeyo just needs to make sure no bandit sneaks through. Just keep dropping Teslas. Like I said the first time, you just need to just set up your defenses and just do well. And Pompeyo's defending very well.
Fireball in. P.E.K.K.A takes one shot onto the bandit. Dark Prince up high, running right into that Valk. 22 seconds left.
I like that Pompeyo's not Earthquake cycling, because he knows he's just up so much damage. He's just focusing all on the defense. No need to throw out late spells. You can throw out one now just to shore it up, but yeah, that was great defense from Pompeyo. He obviously adjusted and figured out the matchup.
And look at the joy on Pompeyo's face. So pumped to qualify for the next stage. Very, very happy. And you see the celebration there. Feeling good, especially after losing that matchup last time. I bet you he was so happy to have that same matchup one more time.
Yeah, I guarantee it. Yeah, he was happy to see that matchup again, because I think he knew in the first time he made a mistake, and this time he wasn't going to make that same mistake, and he clearly learned, and that's what makes a great player, is learning from your mistakes.
GG, well played. And let me go ahead and throw that sub link in there one more time. Let's see. 1 second. Hold on. Oh, sorry. Start to switch back to the chat over here. So, guys, we should have the bracket in a moment, but that does give us our top 3 for this event and gives us our qualifiers. They're all going to be. And I think we should get our information here in just a moment. Come on. Show it. What is Revel? Revel's just like yelling at the chat right now. I don't know what he's doing. Here we go. Take a look at our top 3. Airsurfer, currently in the winner's bracket position. Bag and Pompeyo will be playing a Challenge Airsurfer for that number 1 spot. On the line is going to be both the money, $2,000 for first place, $1,500 for second place, and $1,000 for third place. But also first place gets a first round bye. But your top 3 will be Airsurfer, Bag, and Pompeyo. Those will be your top 3, all guaranteed to move on to the next stage. Guys, just so you know, this is going to be sad news for many of you, but I had a prior engagement that's scheduled to start in very, very soon, in about 10 minutes or so. So, unfortunately, this is going to be the end of the English broadcast for this event, but we made it long enough to guarantee we had the top 3 known. This was supposed to start an hour earlier than it started, but because of LATAM running long, it did start late. But if you do want to continue watching this event and see how the top 3 shakes out, who gets what money, etc., I'm going to go ahead and link Revel Amar's Twitch here in chat. Here's Revel's Twitch information in chat to go watch the remainder of it. And yeah, DeCleaner saying, yeah, that's lame. Well, yeah, they started an hour late. We do have our 3 qualifiers, so if you care about seeing who wins $500 difference or whatever, you can go ahead and watch it over on other Twitch channels. But we got through the important part, which is who's going to World Finals. Razzer, are you surprised at all by the World Final results?
I don't know. Honestly, all of the players were really good, but I was confident in Airsurfer making it, and probably I would have put Pompeyo up there. I don't know if I would have put it Bag, but he made it. He obviously proved me wrong. Hasiel was a little surprising. He came out of the group stage super hot and didn't win a game, but I mean, all the players did really well and they deserve where they are. So who am I to say I'm surprised that they did it?
Fair enough. And if you don't want to watch in Spanish, hold on, I'll give you some other options here, folks. So give me a second. And what I'll do is I will give you options in a variety of languages that you guys can watch this in. And you can probably brush up on your German or your Portuguese. Let me go ahead and see if I can find these other channels. You can find other places to watch it. But that's going to be it for my stream. Hold on. Getting to the channel. My computer's running very, very slowly today. One moment, please. But, of course, they have not started the next matchup because they're giving them time to reset their decks. Here we go. Let's see. Here are the other languages that you can watch in. These are fun. Ooh, these are fun, actually. All right. Let's see. Who's running? Oh, they're all doing. Who's doing NA? Oh, there's no. Oh, I thought Japanese. I thought there'd be Japanese for NA. That'd have been so cool. Okay, so there's
Cool.
We have Portuguese and we have French. So if you don't want to watch in Spanish, here is Portuguese and French, both available for you. Oh wait, why is it doing it like that? You know what? I'll just give you French. Why is this? Why is it being? My computer is dying right now. Hold on. Copy. Here you go. Hold on. Why are we banning that guy? Oh. Yeah, watch your language, Bryson, in the Twitch chat. Watch your language. This is a family-friendly stream. So next time you'll get banned for poor language in the Twitch chat. There you go. There's the link to watch it in French on YouTube. It's also now I'm going to time you out this one, Bryson. Man, we made it to the very end, and now it's getting all touchy here at the end. Razzer, dude, I'm so glad you're able to come and join us for this one. Thank you very much. Where should I send people? Just to your Twitter? I don't know, or do you even care? Or?
Sure. I mean, I'm kind of retired now, so it doesn't bother me. But my Twitter and Instagram is RazzerCR, RAZZERCR, and it was great to be on this. I haven't really ever casted before, so it was a lot of fun.
Well, it's certainly fun having you on, and great insight, and of course getting to hang out and talk for the extra hour before before we actually got to the North America, Central American region. It was really fun. All right. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of it. Go ahead. They are starting Bag versus Pompeyo right now for the lower bracket final. So go ahead and jump over there. We're going to kill the YouTube stream, and Twitch will find someone fun to host. Later. It's been fun. Mwah, mwah, mwah. See ya. All right, let's go ahead. I'm waiting for my kisses to show up here on YouTube. And there you go. And there you go. I'm killing that stream. And